This is Marc Cucurella, Spanish player, currently with Chelsea, former Barcelona youth kid. We're going to see what his name has to do with this tactic today. So let's just jump in and see. This tactic is called the CUCU'S IMMORTAL. Now, basically the only description saying 38 wins in 38 games with Chelsea in the Premier League. Here's the problem I'm having. There's two screenshots. There is a main image of the tactic itself. It's with Marc Cucurella in red hair, alongside what I believe is Sideshow Bob. I can't remember. It's been a long time since I've seen The Simpsons. However, the two screenshots that are there, one is Chelsea's team, and it is in 2025, and Marc Cucurella is not actually here. So I'm not sure what that has to do with Marc Cucurella, but it does look like there's Messi, there's Rodrigo, Ferguson, so they did some serious spending somehow and got some real players on this team. Bellingham is in there, De Bruyne is in there, so they played around somehow and they got all these players in. This is just December 2025. They didn't have that much money to spend, I can't imagine. But one of the screenshots is with Chelsea, the other one's with Man City. And it's only 21 matches in. Man City's tops the league by, it looks like 12 points, but it's kind of interesting how they did it. So I have no idea what Marc Cucurella has to do with this tactic. Not sure how they got a Chelsea team so stacked, and I'm not sure what Man City has to do with it after 21 games. But we're going to check it out with our three teams of Liverpool and Aston Villa in the Premier League and our championship side of Ipswich Town. We'll see how our three teams can cope with this. Let's just jump in and find out. Well, taking a look at the Premier League, 82 points for Liverpool, a little bit below average. 95 goals is pretty nice, though. Aston Villa in 5th, 76 points, right around average. 89 points is pretty nice as well, though. Liverpool play Aston Villa a lot, apparently. They lose out to Aston Villa in the Carabao Cup semi-final first leg, 1-4. That's a tough one, but they beat them out in the second leg, 3-0 in penalties. They beat them again in the FA Cup fourth round. They got to the Carabao Cup final against Manchester United and won 3-0, so that's a trophy. But unfortunately, they lose out in the FA Cup fifth round to their Manchester counterparts of Manchester City. Whew. But an absolutely fantastic run all the way to the Europa League final, 2-0 over Roma. So overall, you got two trophies, one runner-up there in the Premier League, knocked out in the fifth round by Manchester City, whatever. But overall, it seems to be a pretty good season. And you do have some in the green. We've seen a lot more, but we have seen a lot less. 30 goals for Nunez, 29 for Salah, 21 for Diaz and Jota. Very well done. 16 assists for Robertson. Mohamed Salah with 15, as does Luis Diaz, as does Szoboszlai. And then average rating Salah, of course, with a 7.56. And as we've already seen, Aston Villa in the domestic cups, fantastic home game against Liverpool in the Carabao Cup semifinals. Unfortunately, losing out away from home and then losing out away from home again. But they have a terrific run all the way up against Marseille, unfortunately losing out in the semifinals of the Conference League, 2-4 away from home and a 0-0 draw at home. So overall, not a bad season for Aston Villa, definitely. We have seen better, but I say it again, we've seen worse. Fifth place, it's okay. 76 points is average, though. Their goal tally is pretty nice. Semifinals of the Conference League, semifinals of the Carabao Cup is also pretty nice. Unfortunately, you just wish one little trophy. Squad-wise, not a lot of green. They never usually do. But 41 goals for Ollie Watkins. Wow. 23 for Zaniolo. 22 for Douglas Luiz. Assists 17 for Yuri Tielemans comes back. And average rating, Ollie Watkins with a 7.22. Data hub for Liverpool, we definitely have that attacking side. I wish you had a little bit more goals, but you definitely got the dribbles, the defensive pieces there as well. Goals per game, a whopping 2.50. Conceded 0.71 and 0.71 XG against as well. And a plus 52 clear-cut chances, one every 56 minutes. And Aston Villa's data hub, as usual, just a little bit down in pretty much every category from Liverpool. Still some nice defensive numbers. 2.34 goals per game, 1.18 conceded, 1.22 XG against. Pretty much overall, an average season. And then a plus 43 clear-cut chances, one every 53 minutes. Premier League stats, 2.16 points per game for Liverpool. Aston Villa in 5th with flat 2. Most goals, Liverpool in 1st with 95. Aston Villa drawing with Manchester United, 89 apiece. Fewest shots against Liverpool in 2nd with 243. Aston Villa in 7th with 359. Most possession, Liverpool and Aston Villa both draw with 52%. Most dribbles made, Liverpool with 766. Aston Villa in 5th with 670. Best pass completion, Liverpool in 8th with 87%, and most shots for it, Liverpool in 1st with 715, Aston Villa way down with 560. With the tactic doing somewhat well for our Premier League teams, can Ipswich Town find their way back to the top? Yes, they can. 105 points, 121 goals, a very good season. With no promotion playoffs, don't need to get into that, but they do get to the Carabao Cup quarterfinals at 0-2 against Manchester United, unfortunately. FA Cup, though, 5th round 0-1 against Bolton. So overall, no need for playoffs, like I said. Flat promotion. Love seeing that. 105 points, doing very well. FA Cup, Carabao Cup, not too bad. Quarterfinals is not bad at all. Squad-wise, they do have some green in there, which is nice to see. Goals, 37 for George Hurst. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. 23 assists for Jack Taylor. Leaf Davis all the way down with only 13, but 20 for Connor Chaplin. 725 for Connor Chaplin. George Hurst with a 721. Championship stats, Ipswich in first with 2.28 points per game. Most goals in first with 121. Fewest shots against in second with 336. Most dribbles made in third with 826. And most shots for in first with 728. So let us take a look at the tactic itself. It looks very Italian to me. The whole back line just looks very Italian. But we start out with a sweeper keeper in defend, ball playing defenders on the left and the right in defend, complete wing backs in support on both sides, a halfback in defend sandwich in between, box to box in support, and a CM in attack on the midfield line, inverted wingers on attack on both sides, and an advanced forward in attack up front. Balanced mentality, in possession, attacking with his narrow, approach plays pass into space, underlap on the left, but focus play down the left and the right, passing directness is shorter, tempo is higher, low crosses and run at defense. In transition, counter press, counter, distribute quickly and throw it long. And then out of possession, a high press line of engagement, a much higher defensive line, trigger press much more often, prevent your goalkeeper distribution, get stuck in, step up more, trap outside, and stop the crosses. So now overall, how did this do for our three teams? I think this tactic did very well. I mean, we're finally back up to the tops of the league for Ipswich Town. It's been a little bit since we've seen that for the most part. Let's see if we can get some consistent values. But Liverpool and Aston Villa not doing too bad. About average there, 82 points, 76 points. Definitely on the average side. So I think, again, this is just a holiday sim. I'm doing absolutely nothing for the entire season. My coaches are doing all the work for me. That includes transfers, but I don't have a lot of transfers coming and going because it's not on. They're not looking for it. But if you did your own everything, transfers, training, I think you could do a lot better than what I did. So 82 points for you can top 84 for Chelsea. I mean, they're only 2 points off. So I think you could do a very good job. You got a lot of room in these draws and losses to play with. So definitely check it out. Definitely let us know how it worked for you. But I think so far it seems to be we're kind of getting back to the average mark, which is great to see from what we've seen lately. But that is it for me, Savvy FM, for the Football Manager blog channel, saying thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.